It's around the Henny, brought to you by none other than Henny. We're going to start you off with a shot. Let's get it.
Y'all know how we living.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, welcome to Around the Henny with why I'm Mogul, Eddie Law and Terrance J. Man, how y'all doing?
Man, I'm hanging, man. Hanging, man. Nice to see y'all, man. You know how we doing it.
Jumping out the gym.
Good to be on with you fellas. Good to be on.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. A lot going on, man. Of course, we here for the culture. So we're going to talk a little bit about a few different things, man, and say what's going on, man. I know right now we got Corona going on. We got the riots going on over the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery and a few other, well, a lot of other minorities, honestly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, George Floyd, man, RIP, man. So, you know, it's a lot going on right now, man. I know Eddie, you in Missouri, and TJ, you in Ohio, and I'm in Atlanta here. So how's it going in your respective cities right now?
Here, it's the first time I've witnessed it ever in my 29 years living here in Dayton, Ohio. I've never seen the first of all, the riots. I was headed to come and shoot this podcast with y'all, and on the highway they had everything locked down because downtown is just crazy right now. It's crazy. I mean, people are hurt, people are tired. So
yeah, we all tired.
So you can only be peaceful for so long.
Yeah.
So I understand the people taking to the streets and you know, some people are saying, hey, what is them damaging things, you know, doing? But hey, they're letting anger out, they're letting their aggression out. I mean, people are losing brothers, uncles.
Yeah,
you know.
That's not even high profile. That's not even getting the media attention.
So that's here in Ohio.
No,
it's happened a whole
lot. Like here, it haven't really been no riots or anything like that. But you know, you came here right after the Freddie Gray and up in Ferguson, and you know, it was crazy out there. Like, you know, getting briefs like, don't go up there and be rioting. You guys are soldiers and all this other stuff. And you know, I'm just like, man. Like we tired. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go up here and riot, but I'm not about to shun them or, you know, give them a side eye. Like, oh, y'all rioting? Like, no. So, you know, somebody said something so sexy earlier. You know, like, black people are allowed to burn this country down because they built it for free. Come on, somebody.
Ooh, yeah, man. We definitely our ancestors paid for this, man. Like, you know, and it's just been generational upon generational effects, you know, from slavery, obviously, man, and you know, to the point to where we can't even be in our own homes, you know, without even, you know, getting killed, you know. Yeah. So it's just it's really tough, man. I know here in Atlanta, man, it's, you know, it's on the floor right now, like, you know, it's going crazy, but you know, you just gotta, man, stay prayed up and, you know, just fight the good fight, man. Like,
yeah, and that's all we're trying to do.
We definitely, you know, this situation has definitely gotten, you know, the attention, you know, because, you know, we do marches all the time, you feel me? And I mean, you know, there's a reason for Martin Luther King and there's a reason for Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? They both have reasons and purposes in our history. So, you know, I say that to say, man, y'all gotta stop killing us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a son, and you know, my son, like, he got to grow up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to value our lives more as African Americans, but moreover, you know, we need to at a minimum get the same, you know, respect as a human pupil as, you know, any other race.
Yeah, we can't live with each other, then separate.
Don't leave with it. That's the only one I got.
Absolutely. I agree with you fellas. Like, I don't have any kids myself, but I have nephews and I have younger cousins, you know. So, and I try to educate them as much as I can on what's going on and just let them know, hey, be safe out here, you know. Don't be out here, you know, with pants sagging with hoodies on. It's not safe, you know.
Yeah.
You might want to run around with your homies like that, but it's not safe out here, honestly. Even in your own neighborhoods now, it's not safe.
Y'all right.
Nah, that's facts, man. So, definitely glad you brothers are here with me today, man.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get into some other topics, man. Definitely got a good show on deck today, the first ever Around the Henny. You know what I'm saying? So, before we get into our, for the people viewing this, how this is set up is each one of us will moderate a topic, and the person who's moderating the topic asks a question at the beginning of their topic, and we flip a coin here, good old American coin, and see who has to answer the question. If they get it wrong, they got to take a shot. If they get it right, you have to take a shot.
Yes, sir.
If they decide that they want to do multiple choice, they can do that, but if they get it wrong, they got to take 2 shots. All right,
yes,
so before we get into this first one, I'm going to flip a coin and see who's going to answer this question. Terrance J, give me heads or tails.
I'm going tails.
Tails it is. So you want to answer? You want Eddie Law's gonna have to answer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Eddie Law. Here's a question: who is currently the highest paid player in the NFL?
Let me get multiple choice.
Okay.
I stack the deck.
All right. So, A, Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seahawks. B, Dak Prescott, quarterback for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
C, Aaron Donald, defensive end for the Rams.
He got some money. I'm going to go with Aaron Donald. C.
Final answer.
He got that
wrong.
bag. Oh,
he did get a bag.
It's Russ.
He did get a bag. It's Dak Prescott. It's Dak Prescott.
He said Dak Prescott didn't sign no deal yet.
Yes, he got franchise, man. He's making $31,409,000.
I poured my shot already. I mean, I wish I could pour it over.
But that's multiple choice, so is that 2?
Mm-hmm. 2, yeah. We need that other one too. Show the other bottle for authenticity. All right. Yes, and Russell Wilson is actually number 2. So, you were close, but not close enough. Hey!
Don't worry about it. I got something for y'all. Don't worry about it.
Easy work.
That's what I like, though, multiple choice. I'm trying to get messed up anyway.
All right, solid. So, guys, one of the things I wanted to get into today was about the NBA. Obviously, quarantine been going on. Ain't nothing been happening. LeBron at the crib growing a beard. It's chilling. Kawhi just doing what he do. Mm-hmm. But there's a possibility that the NBA season may be coming back soon, and there's talk of them actually just skipping straight to the playoffs. So, what do you guys think about that? I mean, I think that I think that the NBA right now, if they were smart, they could take this season to do NCAA style tournament, and they just say, you know what, everybody's in, right? Because I mean, you only technically played like a little over half of the season, so it's you got teams that turn it on right around that time and win the championship all the time. But my thing is, if you did a NCAA style, you could get it to where everybody has a chance, and it can. You still get the amount of games you would need to make that playoff cash. And it makes it that much more interesting. The only caveat to that is like the Lakers could lose in the first round, and then it's like, oh, shit. The NBA still wants, their top tier, which it sucks, but they still want their top tier teams to be in the end playoffs. But hey, that's my idea. So what do you think, man? Eddie Law, we'll start with you. What do you think on that? What's some pros and cons?
Well, first I'll get on your NCAA style play, and I'm gonna couple it in with the reasons in which that I'm standing on. Like the NCAA style of play, that means what you're saying is when they start off the season or when the season start back up, it's the NCAA playing style now. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, yeah, they could do it now, or they could do like a 10-game, 10-game, get up to speed. They can say, hey,
because I'm about to say which one. I'm about to say which one because, you know, if we start off like that, just like the beginning of the season when it's sloppy play and, you know, plenty turnovers. I'm talking about the style of play, not indicative of what it was or what it would be right now, because we'd be like going into the conference championships around right now. So I would say, you know, the pro in it is that we can know that, well, we can have something to root for. We can have something to cheer for. We would definitely know that it would be an NFL season for all the NFL fans out there, because if they coming back, there's no reason why the NFL can't play or, you know, mirror some of that. But, you know, some of the cons of it, I'm saying, sloppy play with the layoff, just like when you're coming back from a regular season, doing training camp and things like that. It's going to be a high injury prone. Like, people are going to be prone to injury because they're not going, you know, high speed all the time right now. And they're going to be at a high level of injury until they get back to playing at full speed and, you know, being conditioned to play every other day like they do now. What else? No fans, you know, that's a con, no fans, because fans want to go out and see the games. I just went to a game in Memphis, and that game was exciting. And the level of play, man, I just think the break off, I think they need a runway, 10-game exhibition, 10-day exhibition or something until they get back into regular play. And then, you know, then we could go into a playoff or finish off the regular season, then start a playoff.
All right, Terrance J, what you think? Thank you.
All right, from NBA money point of view, it'll be great. Can you imagine the NBA season starting up in July? The ratings will be through the roof. Everybody's gonna tune in and watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, from a Damian Lillard's point of view, hey, why would I go out and play some meaningful games if my team don't have a chance to, you know, play in the playoff or compete for a national championship? I totally agree, and I feel Damian Lillard 100% where he was coming from on that. But I think me, as a fan, I would love to see the NBA back. No, I don't care if it was in the middle of September, the beginning of August, I wouldn't care. I think as a true NBA fan, I don't care when it would be. I wouldn't care when the NBA started. I would love to watch it. So
and I agree. I agree with your point, but you know, as far as like, at what risk, like as far as for injuries in your favorite players or injuries in your teammates that is pivotal about to get to the playoffs. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I can't.
Injuries can happen preseason. Paul George, what was that? What was that?
That was the FIBA. That was FIBA.
Right. That wasn't even a regular NBA season.
No, they weren't getting paid for that. That was FIBA.
It can happen any time. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I definitely think that they should have a runway, like maybe a 10-gamer. But my thing is, you have to give them opportunity to rest as well. And you run the risk of
it's been nothing but rest. It's been nothing but rest.
Well, what I'm saying is between the end of this season and the beginning of next season.
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying in respects to that. So
another thing that's gonna be interesting is they're talking about a location in
in Arizona.
I think they were talking about Vegas as well, possibly.
Yeah.
That'll be cool as hell to see that. That'll be kind of like a summer league. You know how the summer league is for the rookies? It'll be similar to that.
Well, I do believe a story on ESPN stated that there was a vast majority of owners
and they vote on it, I think Tuesday or Thursday.
And it was like absolutely going to pass.
They want to start in the playoffs though. So, you know, that's important, because if you just start right now in the playoffs, you know, teams like the Trailblazers, my guy Melo, you know, he won't get.
You got a Zion Williams with the Pelicans that will not be playing.
Yeah, so
we got De'Aaron Fox with my Sacramento Kings who won't be able to get in, and I think they have a legit chance to make it.
Yeah, so you know, there's got to be some time. That's why I think doing the NCAA style, it just quashes everything. It's like, hey, you gotta come to play. You know, the number. And you can look at it like, hey, this is just a one-time thing we're gonna do. Just you know, this pandemic came out of nowhere. Hey, we're gonna do this. And what do you think teams are gonna say? You're gonna have the little punk ass ones that's gonna be like, oh man, they didn't win enough games. Hey, look, man, everybody got a chance to win right now. This pandemic, I mean, basketball is so long, just like baseball. It's like
82 seasons. Don't compare it. Don't compare it. Don't compare it. Baseball is too long and drawn out.
Well, yeah, baseball is long drawn out, but at the same time, you play a lot of games. But that's it for that. That's it for that topic. You know, we're gonna see about the NBA, man, and you know, we'll see what happens, man. I'm pretty sure we'll have more on that in the coming shows, and can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, yeah, that's solid. That's solid, man. But I don't agree that they should come back. Not straight into the playoffs.
I mean, I think they should come back. If they're gonna come back and get ready for the playoffs, they need to at least have, you know, a 15-game, 20-game
runway to that. A runway. Yeah, a runway.
All right. So Dow, next up is you. You had some questions about well, actually, you can. What's your topic about today?
Okay. Well, first off, I would like to, you know, T, you called the last one up in the air. Imp, I'm gonna let you, young Mogul.
Yeah.
That's heads.
Yeah.
The only MP battalion that's airborne in the Army. It's great to be stationed in there, and that's tails. Roger.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Call it in the air, Imp.
Heads.
Tails. So T, you want the question? Or you want the question, or you want him to have it?
I want the question, absolutely.
Okay, and I'm happy that you said that, because my question is, in what year did the Oilers retire their name and to become the Titans? Multiple choice?
Give me multiple choice. I know it, but give me multiple choice.
2000, 1996, 97, or 1999?
99.
You're right. God damn, I gotta take another shot. God damn.
Hey, that's I know my team.
That's your team. That's why I had to ask you. So I don't think I don't have no Oakland, you know.
For all of our wonderful viewers and fans, I'm a diehard Tennessee Titans fan. I have been.
You got it. You got it.
I would know that answer.
All right, that's solid.
You got it.
That's good Thank money.
You.
Hey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I'm in shambles. But it happens. It happens though. It happens.
Yes,
so honestly, I wanted to take a shot, but
right. Look at that.
I couldn't get a question wrong. I couldn't get that question.
And I tried to test your gangster on your team. You know how I do it. You know how I do it.
You're right.
Hey, this is real over here.
Yeah, I love it. Right. I love it. So what I want to propose, a question that we can debate, mine has to do with the economy and things like that. Minimum wage. Minimum wage was last changed in July 24th, 2009, right? And when it rose from $6.55 all the way to $7.25, and it has been the same for the better part of going on 11 years. And, you know, and that was a 3-step proposal that Congress did in 2007 before the minimum wage was raised from $5.15 hour. So my question is, like, do you guys think that the minimum wage should be raised, or should it stay the same or try to influx? Because if you do the math, if you work a 40-hour work week, right? Mm-hmm. That's $290 a week. That's $58 a day, and that's $1,160. $1,160 for that month. That won't even cover my rent right now. You get what I'm saying? So I think that I think that this effect that they have with the minimum wage staying the same as it is, I think it's going to be a revolving door to have an effect on the people that just to live in a poverty-driven society for the amount of money that they are making. And it's just going to be a revolving door. And people are not making it to payday to payday, you know, and I think that people should at least have $40 until their next pay period. And it's just going to be a revolving door because they don't plan on changing it so they can keep the same infrastructure and the projects and stuff in place. What do you guys say to that?
It's a joke. Minimum wage is a joke. Period. Point blank. It's a joke. There shouldn't be no minimum wage. I mean, of course there has to be, but the pay for minimum wage is a joke. Like it is a joke. So that's my take on it. I honestly think they need to raise it or find a different way to pay people. Because it's way too many people being lowballed and taking home pretty much as of right now with the corona going on and everything. That pretty much showing everything.
Yeah,
they're giving people additional
what are you talking
$600 on top of.
Exactly.
My thing is the federal minimum wage hasn't been up since 2009. So let's start there. Like, we know that the cost of living has went up since then. Alabama has the lowest minimum wage, $7.25. DC has the highest, $13.25.
Yeah, it's only 3 states that's changed theirs.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Australia actually has the highest minimum wage in the world, with $19.49. So, you know, it's just a very huge disparity amongst people's pay. And a lot of the time, basically, it just comes down to big business. The only way they feel like to keep their workforce is to, you know, pay them pennies so that they have to work more hours. I mean,
exactly.
The business model idea of it from a making money standpoint, it makes sense. But for the overall quality of life, no.
Exactly.
You know, and some employers get it, you know, like Amazon, you know, they've raised up, I think their minimum is like $15 an hour. To when you work for Amazon or something around there. You know, the quality that worker is going to give you is going to increase if you go ahead and, you know, pay them a little bit more. You know, stop being greedy.
Yeah.
You know, the 1%, you know, own, you know, they hold more than half of this country's monies. You know.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you know, it's a no-brainer that it should be raised, but it's just it all comes down to greed. But you know, what we do is, you know, we support those companies who do pay those higher wages. What we do is we get with our local leaders and say, hey, this company can't come here because they don't pay, you know, they people. Like, there has to be a, you know, a come togetherness of everybody to say, okay, let's go ahead and push these initiatives. And you have like the right for, you know, higher minimum wage groups or whatnot out, and they, you know, they've gotten it raised. And but there
I
needs
like
to be a fundamental, you know, just even if you look at the checks, right? The checks that were sent out for COVID,
stimulus,
for the stimulus check, you know, $1,200, and people have been without work for almost 3 months.
Exactly.
So
that's not going to cover nothing.
That just shows you the government, you know, the government, it's not the structure of America. Even
before this, they saying that we was like trillions of dollars in debt. We just sent out trillions of dollars to the American people, which we could have paid the debt off, or the reparations for African Americans that who was enslaved, their ancestors and stuff like that. That proved that they could have paid us. That proved it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, they have this money all in their back pocket.
So much in debt, but then again, we just sent out all this money to people.
Exactly. Or we can't hire minimum wage.
Exactly.
It's embarrassing to be a citizen of this damn country.
Why can't we been sending out stimulus checks to the people?
You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? And the last president to do it was President Bush. He did send us before he got out, and I was a recipient of that because I was just now getting into the military. And, you know, after that, we haven't been doing anything. But this country makes so much money every day, and we even produce money for us not to even try to raise minimum wage, for us not to be able to just sit here and like, oh, you're a citizen of the United States. You know, you should be earned this. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. You should be able to attain the American dream by any which way of living that you take.
Yeah, exactly.
So your piece of the pie.
at least pay me. Like, and the thing about it is these companies can afford to pay more. Like I said, it comes down to greed. Like when you look at somebody now, hats off, Bill Gates, he has always been very philanthropic, him and his wife. But you look at somebody like him who has, 50, 60 billion, 150 billion, there's no reason why a person should. Now, I'm all for being able to say, hey, you can make, if you get a company and you figure out the cheat code, or you figure out the formula to make money, you should be able to do that and feed your family. But what I'm saying is that $150 billion, and there's people living under bridges, there's people making $7.25 an hour. There should be a mandate that, hey, once you have over, let's say, $5 billion, you have to put the rest of the money out into the economy, and we'll pay you a percentage. We'll pay you a percentage on your money. There's ways to twerk different things to where we can say it's not, it's still beneficial to you to do it. Yeah. But that has to be done. And if you release all that money out into the economy, bro, it's gonna be crazy.
Exactly. And I would leave with this. Like, all the billionaires and millionaires are the top 1% who makes over like 2 million or 5 million a year. Or whatever it was, the 1% of the higher class. If they have to come back and sponsor a lower need family in order for them to get above water and things like that, because that's when you give back. That's when they talk about, oh, we're landing the free home of the brave. We're supposed to be a family and all this other stuff. We are one nation under God. Right. God would do that. God gave back to us, but I'm going to end it right there because my timing is up. But I'm very passionate about that because it's so much money out here for people to just have it like Mr. Scrooge.
Facts. Facts, man. Facts. TJ, Terrance J, what's going on? What you got for us today?
Okay, fellas, start off with my question. Young Mogul, call it in the air. Traditional coin here. Regular heads or tails?
Heads.
I got a feeling I'm about to be drinking.
I'm always coming with heads, man.
Another fucking drink.
I got tails.
Oh, M gotta have a question. He been sober this whole time. Hell no.
Let's go.
Mogul.
Yeah.
I'd have poured another one just in case.
Who won the NHL Stanley Cup in 2019?
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, I think I do know this one. I think that is Tampa Bay Lightning, but I'm gonna take the what's it called?
You just answered.
No, I said I think.
He got a final answer.
Yeah,
final
exactly, dude. Back up off me. So give me the multiple choice.
Multiple choice. You got the St. Louis Blues, Detroit Red Wings, or the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, damn.
I can repeat
2019.
2019.
Say them again.
You got the Philadelphia Flyers,
okay,
Detroit Red Wings, or the St. Louis Blues.
St. Louis Blues.
You got it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take a shot. Yes. I know. That's why I get so hyped because I'm like, they was tripping here. I'm talking about they was tripping. You would think, goddamn, somebody came. I don't want to say nothing demonstrative, but oh my God, boy, I'm trying to tell you. These jokers was, boy, they was playing the whole food. See, I got one with you. That's because I'm feeling froggy.
Great question.
Facts. I'm going to take one, too.
Great answer. I'm actually surprised you knew that.
Yeah,
he said Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay wasn't none of your multiple choice.
Nah, Tampa Bay won it maybe a couple years ago.
Tampa Bay did have a good run. So I give that.
Yeah,
but
come on, man.
Them Blues fans, oh my God, they was Jesus. They was
so again, fellas, I want to thank you for having me on this week around the Henny.
You're a co-host, guy.
My question this week has a little bit to do with your personal life. My question is for the fellas and the viewers this week is, should you have to change for someone you love? Meaning, being in a relationship, should you have to change some things about yourself for the person you're in love with or married to or dating.
So I'm gonna say this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Either one of you fellas can tune in first this
week.
Go ahead.
I'll start with some stats, and then I'll hit you with just one simple answer. First and foremost, the average relationship only lasts 2 years and 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Secondly, if you decide to get married, 41% of marriages end in divorce. So those are two solid actual statistics. My answer to that is there has to be compromise. With any relationship, there has to be compromise. If they love you, there's a reason why they love you, which is something about the person that you are. But whatever the things are that they're saying they need from you for them to, feel more comfortable, you have to be willing to listen. And then also you have to be willing to compromise. But also they have to do the same, because I'm pretty sure if they have things, you have things. So that's the first thing here. I would just say, you have to be willing to compromise and change to an extent, but don't change to where your authenticity, because that's what made that person love you from the beginning. So that's what I say to that. But there has to be compromise. You have to be willing to listen, because for an elongated period of time to be able to be with someone, you ask married couples who've been married for years, they'll tell you they had to make compromises with each other, to grow.
Okay, and so what I was saying that, like, I would start my soliloquy off by saying, like, if you met me and you met me how I am, for example, if I was a smoker and you asked me to quit smoking, if I'm not doing it for myself, then I'm doing it for a toxic reason. So if I'm not ready to quit, why am I willing to change? Because this is how you met me. You can't change how I was, how I was before us. And if you love me, you like me, you want to be in a relationship with me right then and there, and I'm a smoker, or, this is just for example, then you have to accept me as I am. Because if I, go on and change and I'm not doing it for myself, then I'm a eventually become resentful, and then living a lifetime of relationship that's going to be resentful. That's embarrassing. And that's why we got those statistics out there, because we got people that want to change, or the woman who want to make the man change, or the man want to make the woman change, because it go both ways. And then a woman get resentful, not doing what you used to do in the beginning. You're not doing what courted me in order for me to become in a relationship with you. So therefore you're just going to be like, no, I'm not doing this no more. And I just want to get back to my regular life. Because one thing that I was taught early on in life, early on in my marriage, and I'm going on 13 years. You get what I'm saying?
Congratulations. Yes, sir.
You feel me? And
hey, hold on. We'll drink to that. Let's take a shot to that.
Yeah, hold on. And I'm gonna finish my point.
Gotta drink to that, man. Black love, baby.
I'm about to grab this bottle. Of course. You know what I mean? No bicker about any other race or anything like that, because love is love, regardless. And granted, I had to change some things. I had to change some things. My wife didn't like being called bruh. Me coming from the city, that's all we say, like, bruh.
Oh, I see your reaction.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But the one thing that I want to make, and I will end my point and leave it out to the floor with this. The one thing you cannot get back in life is time. If you waste time being resentful and being miserable in a relationship, what are you going to have to look back forward in life? And your family going to be like, he was miserable in that damn relationship, because you're going to vent to somebody. So why not just be happy and be happy being you? Because that's exactly why you're here. Last thing, Usher said in a song, you claim you hate who I was, but that's the reason you here now. Come on now, somebody talk to me, man. He wasn't changing for nobody.
I agree. I say certain things you might have to change. And I'm gonna leave it at that this week for my final question.
Yeah, man. Compromise.
Yeah. And
you have to be willing to compromise. If you're not willing to compromise to some point,
you're going to be in shambles.
It's going to be in shambles. I might as well call it at the end of the day. Hey, I'm stuck in my ways. You're stuck in your ways. Let's agree to disagree.
Exactly.
Somebody out there let
disagree.
You. Say me.
And I'm going to text you every time I'm drunk. You know what I mean? But.
All right. Solid, man.
I'm keeping it a straight buck with you.
So the first week around the Henny.
So we go.
Is it my question?
Yeah. So the topic of the day, we were just gonna talk about the Rooney Rule. There's been talks about seeing if that needs to be modified. Just want to get you guys' take on that. Get you guys' take on your who's your team, and we
should all take a shot to the last topic since there's no question. Let me ask a question, Imp, because Imp, you only got one question proposed to you. I will propose it to both of you guys. If I can, please interject. Can I please interject? Because I took the most shots, and I'm trying to get somebody. I'm trying to get somebody on my shots. I got some hard hitting questions. I'm gonna save a couple of them for the weeks ahead. But I say that to say this, guys. My question to both of you guys: tell me right now if y'all gonna want multiple choice or not. I know y'all don't know the question, but it's just better.
Boy, spit it out, man. You drunk?
Get a question first.
Okay. What day did Malcolm X get assassinated?
Give me multiple choice. Give us multiple choice, bro.
Both of y'all agreeing? Okay. February 21st, March 6th, September 15th, and December 7th.
I think it's that September date. Hold on. Or no, wait a minute. Say them again.
I said February 21st. March 6th, September 15th, December 7th.
Nah, it's that March. It's gonna be that March date, but
December 7th.
December 7th, final answer, TJ?
Final answer.
You asking me?
Yeah, what's your final answer?
Man, I think it's March. I think it's that March date.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Will you miss our birthday, 1965?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Our birthday is February 21st for the record. 1965.
Yeah, me and I got the same birthday, February 21st, 1987. I'm 6 hours older than this guy. That's around the Henny fact.
That's around the Henny fact
right there. Henny fact.
February 21st, 1965.
He said, better go.
That's two. Don't worry about it. It's two.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to take one with y'all.
Oh, man.
For the regular Around the Henny crowd, I'm just a soldier. So that's why I can throw them things back. Yeah, I mean,
you serving our great country, man. We thank you.
That's not so great right now, man. It's a stomach rumble right now in our country.
And my tolerance is very low, guys. That's why it is.
You something else.
Shambles.
All right. Listen.
God. Hold on. All right, hold on, son.
What? Okay. The next topic.
Okay, so Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
Rooney Rule.
What is you guys' take on the amended Rooney Rule? Because they already had a Rooney Rule in place. Now the thing is amended. You get what I'm saying? What's your guys' take on it? T,
basically, what they're saying is you have to hire a minority
or interview
or interviewing, whether you want to or not. Like, first of all, what if this minority is better at this job or this position than anybody else?
Yeah.
And then, right,
you have to put in a rule to make sure that you interview a minority, but you have a team full of them. That's terrible to me. That's terrible to me.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to look at it from a standpoint of, first of all, the fact that we have to make you guys interview some black people is a problem.
Exactly.
That's the initial problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the problem that's underlining it ain't being discussed.
And at the start of the 2006 season, the overall percentage of African Americans had jumped from 22% or from 6% to 22%.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty solid. But the next 12 seasons, the NFL only added 14 white head coaches.
Yep.
And although many the minority coaches that they hired, most of them lost their jobs after a few seasons.
Yeah.
Okay. And can we also not ignore the fact that they put in the new rule is if you hire a minority coach, you'll get incentives.
Yeah.
Meaning
that's just
you'll get more picks in the draft.
Yeah. That is something that they say.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Pretty much saying, yeah. So these teams are going to be just hiring these guys just to be hiring them to get these incentives.
Yes, and
come on, man. Can we stop
these guys? And these guys, they're just going to hire them, and they're trying to give them buffers like, oh, well, we can make this happen.
Picks.
We can make this happen.
Picks.
Yeah, and try to make it seem like he's a good coach, or if he is a good coach,
or if he's good
or anything like that. Hold on, Mogul. But, my reaction to this, I think that, it's going to be all right because it's eyes on for the first couple seconds. Kind of like when we was in Boy Scouts back in the day and Mr. Wadham had to stand over us to go to sleep. And we waited till he left the tent. You mean? And then we was just like, okay, he got eyes on. Let's act sleep. And then, we're going to act like we're going to do the same thing and like go to sleep and, just do the process. But at the end of the day, they're just going to be hiring the guys that they want. They're going to do their due diligence and interview the people. They already going to have who they want. And then they're gonna be like,
it'll all do. What it does is it just waters.
Let me finish.
Man, you've been.
Finish.
When you gonna finish?
Yeah, but you started. You started.
Going here.
You started off the topic. Okay, so with that being said, that they already gonna have the people in their mind that in which that they want to have to for the job, and then they're gonna interview the people, and they're gonna say this is gonna be one of the phrases that they use, all their philosophies and the mindset of which they wanted the team to go didn't coincide with how the owners wanted it to go, and then now they're gonna give it to this job, give it to this person, and then it's just gonna be like we did our due diligence, we did exactly what the rules said.
All right. Well, in short order, they need to go ahead and just say, hey, hire who you want. Because at the end of the day, if you're only going to hire this coach to get this draft picks and then fire him in a year or two, don't waste my time, bro. I can stay at this good college program, build this college program up, and, then catch my big bag. So it has lasting effects. So, but yeah, we'll end that discussion on that, man. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that more as time comes, and hopefully the NFL will hire more minorities because at the end of the day, a coach should be judged on his skill versus his skin.
Yeah, and we are proved to be great coaches. Proved.
Yes. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Around the Henny. We appreciate you tuning in with us, guys. Y.I. Mogul, Eddie Law, Terrance J.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to continuing to entertain you guys and bring you up-to-date, solid info. And shout out to Henny. And
yes, sir. I'll leave y'all with this, man. The race is not for the strong or the swift, but for he who endures to the end.
Easy work. Let's get it. Want it.
Man, y'all